world at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Yashamati Nandana, Brajaparanagara. Haribo, Haribo. Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ.
Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Grand Rising. Hare Krishna.
OGEbeats.com.
Jesus Prabhupada. 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 Sri Advaita Gauranga Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Sri Krishna 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 Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
OGEP.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Beats by SV.com.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
Purchase your tracks today.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna,
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Purchase your tracks today.
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Gauranga, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare. Oops. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna.
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare
Beats by
Krishna.
SV.com.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Purchase your
oh
tracks today.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Beats by SV.com.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Purchase your
Hare
tracks today.
Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Purchase more tracks today.
Rama Rama Hari Hari. Okay, let's do some japa here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Hare,
Rama Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama.
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama
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 Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram Ram Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Ram Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Ram Hari Ram Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
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 Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna. Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hari Rama Rama Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Hari Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hari Hari Hari
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari Rama
Rama
Rama Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hari
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare Rama,
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama Rama Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hari Hari Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hari
Hare Krishna.
Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hari
Rama.
Hari Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama Rama.
Shamaguri. Right, there she
Hare
is.
Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
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 Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare Rama.
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna
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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare Rama.
Rama Hari Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna. Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hari
Rama
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Krishna.
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare.
Hari Krishna, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
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 Hare.
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
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 Krishna.
Hari Hari
Rama Rama, Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hari
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hari
Rama,
Hari
Hari
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hari Hari Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari
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 Krishna.
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama.
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna.
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama
Krishna.
Krishna
Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare.
Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama.
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare.
Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
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 Hari Hari Rama Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari Krishna
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Krishna
Hari
Hare.
Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Rama
Krishna
Hari
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 Rama
Rama
Rama Hare.
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hari Hari
Hari
Hari
Rama
Krishna Hari
Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare Rama.
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare.
Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama.
Rama Rama
Rama Rama Hare.
Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare.
Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama
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 Hare
Hari
Rama.
Rama
Hari
Rama Hari
Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare.
Hari
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 Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare.
Rama
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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Krishna
Hare.
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hari Rama
Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Hari Hari
Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama Hari Hari
Rama Rama
Hari Krishna
Hare.
Hari
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Krishna
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Hari Rama Hari Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare.
Rama
Hari
Rama
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Krishna Hari
Hari
Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna Hari
Hari
Krishna
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 Krishna Hari Hari
Hari
Hari
Rama
Rama Hari Rama
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 Hari
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Jaya
Hare
Jaya
Krishna,
Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
My internet blooped a little bit. Blipped. Had a little blip. Yeah. Let's see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, where is this? This is chapter 7 of Anchalila, the meeting of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Vallabhabhata. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, simply by the causeless mercy of the devotees engaged in licking the honey from his lotus feet Even a fallen soul becomes eternally liberated. That's everybody, man. We're all fallen souls. It's a great path. Yeah. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, and all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya.
Which chapter is it, Gurudev?
Anjalila,
Yes?
chapter, what is it? Chapter 7.
I don't have it.
Yeah, well, what to do? Then just listen.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes I would also like to read, you know.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I do not have many English books.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. No problem. We'll do that.
Okay.
All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, and all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. What books do you have?
I've got Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, but I'm missing two.
Oh, which
Two.
ones?
It's not a complete set.
Oh, you got only, okay. You have Anjalila? You have Anjalila?
Yeah, but this is volume 2.
Volume 2, okay.
It starts with chapter 9.
Oh, okay. Anjalila, chapter 9. Oh, it starts with the chapter 9.
Yes.
Okay, chapter 9. Okay, let's see here.
It's volume 2 and starts with chapter 9.
Aha. Accepts prasadam from his devotees. Oh, okay.
And I have Bhagavad Gita in English.
And Bhagavad Gita. Okay. All right. So let's see. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, let's do, let's read chapter 10 of Lord Chaitanya accepts prasadam from his devotees.
Ah, here we go.
Yeah. Text 1. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always pleased to accept anything given with faith and love by his devotees, and is always ready to bestow mercy upon them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful verse.
Yeah. Yeah, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always pleased to accept anything given with faith and love by his devotees, and is always ready to bestow mercy upon them. All glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Lord Nityananda Prabhu, and all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. So you can start reading. Read the 3rd verse.
The next year, all the devotees were very pleased to go to Jagannath Puri, Nilachal, to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Advaita Acharya Goswami led the party from Bengal. He was followed by Acharya Ratna, Acharya Nidhi, Srivas Thakur, and other glorious devotees. Continue?
Yes.
Yes?
Continue.
Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had ordered Lord Nityananda to stay in Bengal, but nevertheless, because of ecstatic love, Lord Nityananda also went to see him. Indeed, it is a symptom of real affection that one breaks the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not caring for the regulative principles to associate with him. During the Rasa dance, Krishna asked all the gopis to return home, but they neglected his order and stayed there for his association.
Yeah, you know how that shows up practically, actually. The rules and regulations are meant to keep you at a distance from the Lord out of respect. That's what they're for. It's just because people, when you're like say like an uncivilized person, you would just go up to the deity and just break it or something, or wouldn't care, think, what is this? It's a doll, and you throw it away. So, but that's what people do, and to the Lord, or actually you do that to the conceptions of the devotees. The actual deity is the conception taught, the pure conception taught by a purified heart of a devotee. See, so people do that all the time. See, that's why they're thrown back at a distance from the Lord by being thrown back from the words of devotees. That's why they're just thrown back, because it's like Jesus said, don't cast your pearls before swine or your food before dogs. The deity, the real deity, the one where you got the living one here, is the non-speculative version, the as it is. And that's preached, if it's preached by a realized soul, that otherwise they don't preach it, because most people profane that conception of the absolute truth. So that's great mercy when they do preach. That's why they killed Jesus. He preached some conclusive truth, that he was the actual door, that he was a son of God. And and that was outrageous to people who, it's the Pharisees had a false view. No, we're the sons, they wouldn't say that. See, it's still different than in ISKCON now. It's the same thing. No, we would never say that we're the sons of God, but you take the position as guru and deliverer of your disciples who are giving you time and money and energy and all that. You're a hypocrite, man, because that's what you're doing. They're listening to you and following your word. See? And if you're not that, if you're not a real deliverer, you're a hypocrite. You're a liar and a cheater and a deceiver. Doesn't matter how sincerely you do it. You're not in knowledge. You're like a neophyte, a very beginner who speculates. And then you take a position as guru, and then you hide that your desire for that is, that you really don't want to be, but you're just doing it for the good of the movement and for the good of God, because, but you take the worship and you direct people. So that's what's going on. So they're all thrown back onto the Vaidhi path. They can't get above it. Look at the disciples of Jesus, which is a great example of Raganuga Bhakti. All they did was, they believed in the word. The conception of Jesus was being preached, which was the more pure conception, pure understanding. You go through the door. He was anointed by the Spirit. See, he was diverse in person. He was anointed by the Spirit of the Lord, to free the captives and to preach the good news to the poor, like the fishermen. They received the word and went right up into, they rose to life, real life, like Fanny's and Amy's. See, they accept the word, like Shamagori, like Lalita, like Goharidas, me too. Accept the word. Even though it comes through this, I still accept that. I love it, man. The Lord shows me, yeah, and I feel in life. That's how I know, man, because when I preach it, man, I'm lifted. And also, hey, man, charity begins at home. I ain't gonna preach anything that doesn't inspire me. Both the speaker and the hearers are uplifted. That's how it is. That's the Bhagavatam verse. Otherwise something's wrong, man. Yeah. See, so this is that's why Vaidhi is there. People are thrown back onto that because the door is the word. See, the living word of the devotee, empowered, anointed by the transcendental spirit of the Lord. You go through that word, man, then now you got the real life. See? And you didn't have to practice. Look, we have people come here. They haven't practiced the rules, regulations of Vaishnavism or any religion. They just come and they're lifted by the word. See, because that's the real God. It's like you just go right in. Oh, you accept. See, Lord Caitanya taught the essence by his own example. He came to accept the path of ecstatic love. And he just came and accepted it from his guru. And he was raised to the ecstatic platform. It's that simple. You got to become a devotee of Lord Caitanya. Oh, but the only way you do that is you got to become a devotee of a devotee, sincerely. Otherwise, you're thrown back into speculations. stuff like that. See, so that's what you learn here. Like I was thinking about just here is for the people who really understand the path, coming close. Because I don't, if you come around for years and years and you're still like, you haven't figured out, better to just learn from my real disciples here. Lalita Ganga is a real disciple. Johan, they're sincere. Shamaguri, she's coming up. See, like that. That's the way you learn. Otherwise, if you're not a devotee of a devotee sincerely from your heart and seen and convinced, then you won't be deep into this nectar. So yeah, otherwise I don't even want to. It disturbs my mind. I totally get why Lord Caitanya. He's you just go learn from my sincere devotees and disciples, and he pointed people like that, because you're the best hope for people. When you learn from devotees who've got it, and that's why the Lord trusts them. They're not trustees they're trustees, but more than that. Trustees still like in the prison, but some of them are out of the prison now. You want to get there. You're gonna, you'll learn better from them than from me, because they show you how to be a real devotee and disciple of a real spiritual master, so that you can get this present. Because that's all it is. You think those fishermen could have got this gift of the Holy Spirit if they weren't sincere? I mean, really got it? Not just rays, coming from the guru, being close, and then you go and usurp it, and then you lose it like all the Prabhupada disciples did. They lost it. You had to be like a Jayananda or a Vishnu John. They were getting something. You could see these are real devotees of a devotee. See, that's the path. It's always been the path. If you're lucky to get a guru like that, that's what you can learn from my disciples. It's your chance. Otherwise, you'll just be a usurper. You just pick up the energy, and then you do the opposite. I guess some people like that, and I don't even want to think about them anymore. You just learn from my disciples if you really want to get in there, because that's the way you get. All you have to do is become a sincere devotee and a disciple of a real guru from your heart. And not, usurping all. So, you stay out there until you become that. I don't want to I want to come here and chant in ecstasy, and be around my real associates, real intimate associates who really figured it out. It's cooling to my mind. Just let you guys know, Otherwise, at this stage, the best, Krishna was showing me that. He said, yeah, let these people, if they really want to come, learn from your disciples now. Because, they manifest. It's like if they see, they manifest the conclusions of the scriptures of how to be a real disciple. And then you just follow that, and then you become a real disciple. You learn from them better than I can teach you.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, my sincere followers are powerful. I love talking to Johan, support, watching free. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're the best chance for you guys. Yeah. So go ahead there, Shamaguri.
If one carries out Krishna's order, Krishna is certainly pleased. But if one sometimes breaks his order due to ecstatic love, that gives him millions of times greater happiness.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, if you look from God's point of view, he's saying, oh, these people even though they're blasphemers, because they usually blaspheme the deeper level of who God really is, but still they're following rules, they're regulated, they're being civilized. They're showing, it's like, that's why you see even the gurus and their followers, they're trying to attain Krishna. And so the Lord says, oh, wow, they're trying to attain me. And they will, and that's why he says, if you can't worship the Lord, see, Bhagavad Gita verse in there, if you can't worship the Lord with love, but that's not the love of the world, with ecstatic love, with the gift here. If you can't do that, follow the rules and regulations of the scriptures. And in this way, you'll develop a desire to attain me. You develop the desire. And then it doesn't say you'll attain the Lord. Desire. It's very important. Because by the mercy of Krishna, you please Krishna, like you showing you toughen it out, you're really faithful and all that, but it's still hard. You can't, you don't know you're associating with liars and cheaters, deceivers, as your gurus and teachers. You don't know that, but you're doing your best, right? And the Lord, oh wow, this person is really. And when you get the mercy gets thick, you get the mercy. What does the Lord get? Oh, this person, he's ready to be open. Okay, he's lost a little faith in these bogus gurus. They're not really. They're deliverers, but they're pretending to be, and they've lost faith and everything. Let me help them. Now they're ready to listen. It's only just basically being ready to listen. That's all it is. And then you go and you start listening to a real associate of the Lord. And then you get purified now of all these misconceptions. See, by the mercy of Krishna, you get Guru. And by the mercy of Guru, then you get the transcendental nature. See, you got to follow the path. If you don't have Krishna, most people don't. That's why a devotee is sent here to this world. It's too high. It's too high. And most of the gurus are not really qualified. Out of those thousands of gurus, you won't even find one who's really qualified in ISKCON. I haven't found one. Prove it. Prove me wrong. Show me one who'll come here and chant the holy name in great ecstasy. That's all we need. That's all I need, for God's sakes. And not one will come because they can't do it. Right? They won't do it. They can't do it. And they'll say, oh, I can do so much of nothing. But this is the path. See? And that's why you who have done it, see, you followed the real path. You listened and from your heart. And then you're the greatest boon to anybody who wants to get this ecstatic love. Is your example of being a real disciple. Just like Rasika Nandana was for his guru. His guru is very ecstatic, and he said, oh, do you want to attain Krishna without any trouble? Come to my guru. See, but come to my guru. Ultimately, you got to follow the example of Rasika Nanda, who came to Srinivas. You see, like that. And without any trouble, he attained Krishna. That was his realization. That's everybody that's gaining Krishna. Oh yeah, I did all these different paths very hard, and I just came to the right path. And I'm just so easily elevated without a lot of trouble. Could be so much more troubles. This is, to get it in 5 years or five days, the awakening of real prema, the gift. Oh, you think that's trouble? Or even 5 years if it was that. Look at Devaki and Vasudeva. They did austerities for 60,000 years, and they didn't get the kind of prema that's given in this Sangha. They were out there in Mathura. They weren't in Vrindavan. This is Vrindavan. Lord Caitanya, we have connection. We have a real mercy of Lord Caitanya and his devotees here. This is Vrindavan. This is not Mathura Bhakti. This is not Dwarka Bhakti. Dwarkadish is the god there. It was Krishna, but in that form. This is not Vaikuntha Nath and Vaikuntha. This is Vrindavan Dham, man. That's the gift of Lord Caitanya. That's why he came here. That's why I'm preaching that. You don't accept that from my word? Well, your only hope is to get it from my disciples. Just look at them enough who are getting this. Where do you see such extraordinary ecstasy manifested, where they can just, Lilita can just pick up Chaitanya Leela or any book and chant the name in such high ecstasy right off the get-go every day? You ever seen a down day lately? Is it ever a down day? Why is that? Where's Krishna? Is he leaving? Because she can't chant. If Krishna and Radha left, there would be no chanting. She'd be dry as a bone, man. Don't leave, do they? Yeah, that's the gift you get here. And if you don't appreciate it, or you don't want to serve, and you'd rather serve the demigods and psychologists and all that, well, then you just keep learning from my disciples. They're your best bet. I only personally, it's like up here, I just want to see people who are dedicated to this, and if not, you're my disciple. That's why, we work as a team. Matter of fact, Prabhupada taught this. He said, he said, by the association of the neophytes, by the association of the Majjamadikari has love of God because they found a real Uttamadikari guru, that kind of level. See? And then by that association of the Majjamadikari, you advance to Majjamadikari. You become a sincere follower like they are. That's their example and teaching. See? That's it. And then, then you progress like that. You don't jump. You don't think you're going to just jump here. Lord Caitanya did the same thing. He appointed instructors. Oh, you want to learn? You've learned from my real associates. See? What happened then happens again. If you don't believe it, well, too bad for you. It's the process. We have to, it's like, Lord Caitanya said, I came here to plant this tree of devotion. See, chapter 9. Well, it has to be planted again. The same process happens. You need to find a tree of devotion, the abode of devotion. And you see, and you come and you go to that tree and you come onto the branch, and then you become a sub-branch of that tree. Okay? And then you bring more people in. There is life before and after meeting you, Gurudev Maharaj, in a very sublime way. Krishna is offering himself to us. I thank my deities every day. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's great. It's a great process. It's so, the Lord's offering it. All you have to do is just follow it. Just follow the process and you'll get purified. Come to the point. Go ahead there, Chamaguri. Read on.
Vasudev Datta, Murari Gupta, Gangadas, Shriman Sena, Shriman Pandit, Akinchana Krishnadas, Murari Gupta, Garuda Pandit, Buddhimanta Khan, Sanjaya Purushottam, Bhagavan Pandit, Shuklambara Brahmachari, Nrsimhananda Brahmachari.
These were all the sincere followers of Lord Caitanya. And he appointed them like gurus and teachers for the new people that wanted to come. And I see we do the same thing here. See, so people that come automatically, there's some relationship deep, who could be other lives and like this. And then you bring other people in. And that's why I was wondering, why is the Lord appointing all these gurus, even though he was here? And so that's why, because people, they have to learn that you have to come in like the door the right way. You have to become. And the same thing happened with Jesus. There was 11 people that sincerely got it. See? And from them, they had to teach how to be a real follower of Jesus. See? And so that, and here you got a living guru. You got to teach people how to be a real follower of a living guru. And otherwise they don't know. And they need your help. See, so your example is the best help they can get. That's why you see, we all have to be an example of these scriptures to make it a living door and not just in a book that you don't understand. It's just all speculation to most people. They don't understand the pure conception. You have to see those who the Lord is living in you as a, see, the Lord lives in you as a disciple. And if you're good with that, see, that means that's called pure devotional service. You're not in it because you want to be guru. You're not in it because you want something else or something. You're in it because you just want to love God. You want to, and you just naturally love God. You naturally love guru. You're naturally grateful. Naturally, everything is in your nature now. See, that's the transformation, and people need the association of those to be a role model. Otherwise, they don't know how to be a real disciple. See, you got a real guru here and you got real disciples. What more do you want? And you don't jump over to the real guru by sidestepping the real disciples. No, sorry. Doesn't work. And that's the teaching here. that's humility, is you see, oh wow, I can learn so much. That's why you see people getting it. They think, wow, I love Lalita's classes and Johan's classes, and they get so much. See, that's Krishna very pleased with you. Okay? And that's how you know the pleasure of the Lord. Yeah, go ahead there, read on.
And, and many others joined together to go to Jagannath Puri. It would be impossible to mention the names of all of them. It must have been so many.
There are so many. And you know how you knew? See, there was a living being there, was Lord Caitanya. And the people, they just all of a sudden they awakened their love for the Lord awakened. They could have been householders, beggars. You didn't, and it wasn't everybody, it was just certain people, their love awakened for Lord Caitanya. And they were immediately intimate associates of Lord Caitanya, because this was from previous lives. It just awoke, and then they were the hope for people in the world to learn how to be a real follower of Lord Caitanya. See, otherwise people couldn't understand, they won't be able to understand the mentality of Lord Caitanya. You have to learn from those who get the revelations on such a being in this world, because they don't think like people do. They don't feel like people do. You have to go through those who have a relationship with the thinking and the feeling of a liberated soul like that. See, it's just how you learn. See, you have to learn by that, in that way. Even here, you see, like Fernando, he's coming and he's learning from Lalita and all of this, And
he's nice, very nice.
Yeah, he learns. He's coming along, but that's how you get it. Yeah, go ahead there. Read on.
The inhabitants of Kulina Gram and Kanda also came and joined. Shivananda Sena took the leadership and thus started taking care of all of them. Raghava Pandit came with bags full of food prepared very nicely by his sister Damayanti. Damayanti made varieties of unparalleled food just suitable for Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to eat. The Lord ate it continually for 1 year. For 1 year!
Yeah, it didn't get stale. That was a miracle. That's so. Actually, if you look at the esoteric meaning of that beyond this external thing, you see this is the devotion of a devotee. The Lord continually eats that from the devotee. Never gets stale. It's never. This is why this is a miracle. What's happening here in our sangha. Because it contradicts, well, it doesn't contradict, it shows you the perspective, what Jesus said, in this time which we are living in right now, the love of many will grow cold. See, because of the association of the demons. That's why I preach a little bit about that. You rub shoulders with demons and even demigod. It doesn't matter. You need pure devotees and pure devotional service. That's what's really rare about our sangha. We have this pure mercy and we stay with that. But the love of many Christians and Vaishnavas will grow cold because it's not very strong. They don't have this association. It'll grow cold and it becomes mundane. See, and then they actually they're not regenerated. That's just this time. If they want regeneration, you have to be with those we're regenerated every day because of the mercy. We stick with the mercy of the Lord. It's here. We know what it is, or many of us know what it is, and we stay with that. And this way our love for God won't grow cold. It stays every day. To me, it's the, hey man, Lord, just keep that taste. I can't be perfect in all ways. I just, He knows the way I am. And just normal person, and just, not very smart, like this. And I just stay with the mercy. I just pray every day. I just want to taste your name. That's it. I know everything comes from that. And it does. Just continue, because the love will grow cold if we lose taste for devotional service and lose taste for the association of devotees. That's how you know. When you stop wanting to associate with devotees and you want to just associate with mundane persons. I mean, look at the miracle here. Even though we don't have physical association, this is working. This is like, this is very real. This is not like the metaverse thing. The metaverse is not real. They are all these caricatures, and it's not even real from the beginning anyway, because nothing is permanent in this world, and everybody's chasing impermanence. Who are we chasing? We're chasing the permanent, Krishna, Radha, devotion. Like to talk about Krishna, these devotional truths, chant and taste the names. See, we're chasing after what's eternal. Chasing that guy down. We're going to grab him, man, and throw him to the ground. Smother him with kisses. Bind that person, man. Don't let him go. Throw a rope. We're going to rope him, man, with we'll use Mother Yashoda's rope to bind Krishna. Yeah, go ahead there, read on.
These are the names of some of the pickles and condiments in the bags
okay.
of Raghava Pandit.
Okay, I'm going to have you skip here, because this is going to go on for a long time.
Oh, the eating of prasadam, it will go on?
Yeah, well, no,
Yes.
the what she cooked will go on a long time. So here, which is okay, but right now we're going to go to text number 39.
Oh, 39.
See how far away it is?
No, I got it. Thus, I have briefly described the bags that have come famous as Raghavera Jali.
And that brief is not brief. It's a long explanation of what she cooked. And it says brief because she cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked. That was her expression of love, just cooking. Just like devotees, every day coming here, multiple, just every day cooking for Krishna. This is where cooking, this is the kind of cooking you can do like this. Cooking is devotional service. It's as simple as chanting the holy name could be your cooking for Krishna. That's all I can do, because I'm not really a good cook and I don't like to cook that much, So I'll cook this way, chanting. Go ahead.
The superintendent for all those bags was Makarad Vajrakara, who kept them with great attention like his very life. Thus all the Vaishnavas from Bengal went to Jagannath Puri. By chance, they arrived on the day when Lord Jagannath performs pastimes in the water. Boarding a boat in the water of Narendra Sarovara, Lord Govinda performed his water pastimes with all the devotees. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived with his personal associates to see the jubilant pastimes of Lord Jagannath in Narendra Sarovara. At the same time, all the devotees from Bengal arrived at the lake and had a great meeting with the Lord. All the devotees immediately fell at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord lifted and embraced every one of them. Oh my Lord, how nice is that? He embraced every one of them. Oh, Krishna. Ah, oh, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, consisting of all the devotees from Bengal, began congregational chanting. When they met the Lord, they began to cry loudly in ecstatic love. Oh,
See, and that meeting is going on here every day. The devotees who chant the Lord's name, the Lord comes, and that's why they cry. That's why the devotees cry and laugh and all that, is because we're meeting the Lord. This is true. This is real. This is how it works. Otherwise, you're more distant from the Lord. That's why if you're a Vaidhi Bhakti and you want to increase your closeness, you do that by being around those who are closer to Krishna. It's just simple. It's simple formula. That's the idea. Having chapter 1 of a bona fide spiritual master is so you can get closer to Krishna, because through their closeness, see, because you're close to the one that's close to them, so that you're getting the rays from the devotees who are close to Krishna, and that's the secret. See, they came. You're getting exactly what you could have got 550 years ago coming to Lord Caitanya. You know, so you get to see devotees who are coming close to Lord Caitanya, and you're around those kind of devotees. It's going to purify you. Just the rays going to purify you. And if there's, you know, and as sincerity increases, see, and then you'll bind that Lord. The Lord's bound, you know, by when your devotion awakens, and then you keep watering, and destroying all these anarthas. You know, these things, desire to be one with God. All these things are anarthas. You know, wanting to exploit the Lord. You know, like to get some material things and stuff like that. More and more, it just get more and more purified in Sadhu Sangha, to the point where you just sincerely want to love the Lord just because it's so beautiful. You know, the Lord is so beautiful, and so it's your nature now to love God. So your great treasure, just like you people and materialists, the great treasure is money, wealth, children, all that stuff. The Lord becomes your great treasure, the transcendental Lord. And just but naturally, the Lord wants to give that. This association gives that. That's why you might get chastised sometimes here and stuff. You know, it is because the stakes are really high. You know, through my own experience, I confirm it is real. Feel this prema, but it is still unbelievable. Yeah. I also think, am I dreaming? You know, no.
who said that? Who said that?
Janardhan.
Janardhan. Oh.
Yeah. He says something else. And Govinda says, and how nice it is to hear and see Shamaguri. Really sweet.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Yeah, you see, preach the good news to the poor in spirit. You're not real spirited. Like, yeah, what are you doing? Yeah. See that spirit? You know, it's like you see those wild horses. You know, they come off the range, man. You try to, you know, settle them down. They're just bucking like all over the place. That's the Vaidhi Bhaktas, you know, bucking around, you know, jumping around. You know, they can't settle down and just listen. You know.
I mean, if you imagine, sometimes we sit here for 2 or 3 hours on one spot and listen and listen and listen.
Must be good, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the whole thing. So either the devotees capture your attention or Maya does. It's one or the other. You know, somehow.
There's no other way. No other way.
Yeah.
No
And
other way.
When you're getting purified, then you like to listen. That's amazing. Yeah. That's all I look. You know, I don't care what people do. If they tell me, "Boy, I just love hearing you," I'm not looking at. I'm just thinking, "Boy, that's great." You know, that means you're attracted. What are you eating or not eating, or smoking or not smoking? But if you're here and you're listening and you're getting so much life from that, that you got the mercy of the Lord. See, this is beyond rules, regulation, everything. But if something is in the way of that listening, then that can be a problem. You might have to dry out, you know. Some people take too many drugs, you know, and they just can't come and listen, and they get all spun out. Then you better follow Prabhupada's dry out plan, you know. no this, no that, for a while until you get, you know, well, maybe forever. Some people we have alcoholics here, and they have to stay dry. They know if they get back on the bottle, man, they're just, you know.
Yeah.
No, I'll never go back to smoking cigarettes, because if I did that, I'd still come, but it's still not good, you know. I don't think Lalita will ever go back to smoking. Yuck, man. That's what a horrible habit that was.
I still love it, but it's painful on my lungs. So
Yeah. You still what?
I still love it. I like the smell. I still
Really?
I'm still addicted, but it's too painful. It's too painful.
Yeah, I can't stand the smell.
Can't get.
Me neither, Gurudev. Oh. Also with alcohol. No.
All this stuff is, yeah.
I have never been in that. Never.
Yeah, that's
really
good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but you know, and the beautiful thing is, if whatever you do, just if it becomes, Raganuga Bhakti is you give up whatever's in the way of progress, you know, like, so you try to stick with that and stay moderate in life, and come here, and then the Lord will he'll give you a joker himself. He's the joker, man. He's the wild card. And regardless of you you realize that everybody's a fallen soul, you know, and even when you have the mercy, you take great happiness in being a fallen soul, you know. Even though I've been raised to this thing where I can chant the holy name in great ecstasy, I think I'm still, you know, I'm still fallen. So thank you for giving me mercy. I feel like a beggar every day, you know. I just come here, have my little bowl out, you know, and just like that, you know? And the Lord fills it. This is great, you know. Just continue to fill it, Lord.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, but I can feel, you know, how this is lifting me up. I can feel that. Listening, chanting, associating with all the devotees here, that just lifts me up, lifts me out of this Maya.
That's Sadhu Sangha. See, taking advantage of Sadhu Sangha, lifted. Yeah, that's it, man.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead there.
Yes. The Gaudiya Sampradaya, consisting of all the devotees from Bengal, began congregational chanting. When they met the Lord, they began to cry loudly in ecstatic love. Because of the pastimes in the water, there was great jubilation on the shore, with music, singing, chanting, and dancing, creating a tumultuous sound. Indeed, the chanting and crying of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas mixed and created a tumultuous sound vibration that filled the entire universe. Wow. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the water with his devotees and began his pastimes with them in great jubilation. In his Chaitanya Mangala, now known as Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur has given a detailed description of the activities the Lord performed in the water. There is no use in again describing here the activities of the Lord. It would simply be repetitious and would increase the size of his book. After concluding his pastimes in the water, Lord Govinda returned to his residence. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the temple, taking all his devotees with him. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu returned to his residence after visiting the temple of Jagannath, he asked for a large quantity of Lord Jagannatha's prasadam, which he then distributed among his devotees so that they could eat sumptuously. After talking with all the devotees for some time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked them to occupy the individual residences in which they had lived the previous year. Bhagava Pandit delivered the bags of eatables to Govinda, who kept them in a corner of the dining room. Govinda thoroughly emptied the bags from the previous year and kept them in another room to fill them with other goods. The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went with his personal devotees to see Lord Jagannath, when Lord Jagannath arose early in the morning. After seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began his all-encompassing Sankirtan. He formed 7 groups, which then began to chant. Wow. In each of the 7 groups was a principal dancer, such as Advaita Acharya or Lord Nityananda. The dancers in the other groups were Vakreshwara Pandit, Achyutananda Pandit, Srivas, Satyaraj Khan, and Narahari Das. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu walked from one group to another, inspecting them, the men in each group thought, "The Lord is within our group." The congregational chanting made a tumultuous roar that filled the sky. All the inhabitants of Jagannath Puri came to see the kirtan.
Yeah, I always find it amazing, that how we're all worshiping the Lord, and it's like we're relating to the Lord personally, and that's the nature of God. He's like that. He relates to us all in a personal way. That's why we worship His name and everything. And people don't know that. They don't know that you can have. See, that you think, well, we're taught in the world. It's like training. You have a wife or a husband or a friend, and you're relating to them personally. See, but they're one small little person. Then there's other people, and there's other people, and other people. But there's really no other. That's just the illusion. See, but then there's this one personality of Godhead. That's the permanent relationship. See? And then you relate to those ultimately who are devotees of that one personality. See, that's the devotees in the devotion. That's why, they're in a spiritual consciousness of devotion. It's an exclusive club, so to speak, all real devotees who worship the Lord. And then he has different dams because the devotees have different mentalities. Some worship him in, a little differently. And then they form clusters and groups. Okay? So here, so if you get such an opportunity, it's a similar kind of idea, same idea actually. We're all worshiping Krishna and Radha in similar moods, the mood of having the Lord at very intimate association, which gives very tremendous amount of ecstasy and rapture and devotion. And we're all people, they're an illusion because of a lack of that devotion. They don't know that if this awakens, then they'll know the eternal Lord and they'll be saved and delivered forever. Okay? That's the only meaning of being in this world, is to be delivered from it. Can you imagine? Everybody has all these plans and all these goals and all these things. But the true meaning of the world is to be just delivered from illusion, because it's all misery, all up and down. Even in heaven, heaven without God is not heaven. Not to a devotee. It's external. You got to have this internal pleasure and a relationship. This is the idea. That's why Sadhu Sangha is praised as the greatest boon, because you got people, if you can find those rare sadhus who actually know the Lord very intimately and are examples of that intimacy, and you're in that association, oh, you found the treasure, man. And you'll find the treasure in that association. Because Bhagavad Gita 10:10, only they know. They don't know. They know what the treasure is. They know where the treasure is. They know how to attain the treasure. See? They emanate the treasure. They speak about the treasure and direct the people. That's why Lord Krishna said, Sadhu Sangha is the only real practical way to attain me, with such kind of devotees like that. Oh, it's very hard. Look at all these people speculating and everything. Even the gurus and teachers, they don't know who they are. Yeah. They teach even in Vaishnavism, or it's like religion. If you're not a manifestation of the goal and preaching the goal, you're still in religion. You're related to religion somehow or other. See, you're teaching religion. That's why if Prabhupada was here and was teaching this, talk about happiness. Bhakti Vinod also, they would love to have taught this, because this isn't religion. This is conclusive truth, man. You don't hear me saying, oh yeah, everybody, let's worship Krishna. You just follow rules, regulations, and do the Varnashram system, and you'll attain Krishna like that. Oh, you will, but it's kind of a half-truth, but didn't say how long it would take. See, Ramananda Roy said, Lord Caitanya said, what's the highest goal of life and the means to attain it? And Ramananda Roy started the conversation, Varnashram Dharma. Follow your Varna and Ashram in life, and you'll attain the highest perfection. And Lord Chaitanya says, hey, no, you're cheating me, man. That's external. Tell me something more. See, more clear, more deep, more as it is. See, you develop that hunger. He said, I'm not satisfied with that. Look how many devotees are still satisfied with that preaching. We're here for the few that aren't. Hey, man, how spiritual is it not to eat a garlic or an onion? When you start to question, why should I feel guilty eating an onion or a clove of garlic or some rennet in cheese? I remember when I was in ISKCON, I was looking at the labels of everything. I was on such a mental platform. I know what that's like to be on the mental. I said, look at it, the cheese, and read, is there any rennet? Like one little minuscule cow stomach part or something, and that I would pollute myself. After a while, you say, how ridiculous is it? How external is this? No wonder intelligent people don't come. Bhakti Vinod even said, intelligent people, they don't want religion like that. It doesn't make sense to them. So we're here for those, intelligent or unintelligent, I don't care. Just come here and listen to these things, And if you get enlivened like Shamagor, you're very fortunate. Or like Radhe, you see, Radhe, she's not perfect. It's just a simple postwoman, not even perfect in her habits. And look, she said, wow, I just like to hear you. Oh, I just feel so, that's it. That's it. That's the zone, man. You can be delivered just like that. The Lord delivered people in the bar, remember? They're all drunks. He said, just because they liked him. It's the same thing here. If you just like this preaching somehow or other, or even don't like it, but you stick here for a while, because you don't always maybe sometimes you like it. And sometimes it's rubs you the wrong way, but you stick it out. Oh, You'll see. You'll be sad. You get more than you bargained for. Go ahead, Shamaguru. Read on.
The congregational chanting made a tumultuous roar that filled the sky. All the inhabitants of Jagannath Puri came to see the kirtan. Accompanied by his personal staff, the king also came there and watched from a distance, and all the queens watched from the elevated parts of the
Yeah.
palace.
You know, this is the thing. You see, the king, he had natural devotion to Lord Caitanya. He had natural devotion, and he was a king. His association, if you would get it, you would become a devotee, just because the king had natural devotion to the Lord. That's what people should be looking for now. Who has natural love for Lord Caitanya? Okay? And there you go. That's how you start to become a guru. Well, people usually get that from a person who has natural love for Lord Caitanya. But if you came into this world and you read Chaitanya Leela and Chaitanya Bhagavat, and you just feel your love awaken for the Lord, that's what happened to me. That's what happened to Bhakti Vinod. He didn't need no guru. All he had to have to do is read that book in ecstasy and bliss. But he wanted to show an example. And then he gets this neophyte guru, obviously, because the guru rejected him at the end of his life. Could you imagine rejecting Bhakti Vinod? That's why Bhakti Siddhanta, the story there, he said, don't put your feet, the guru, he said, don't put your feet on the head of Bhakti Vinod. You should put your head on his feet, because he's a real manjari. He talked about the spiritual position of Bhakti Vinod. See how he just went right through the etiquette. Bhakti Siddhanta was known for that. He didn't. He just talked about the spiritual position. People would come and say, oh, look at the beautiful singing of some of these Indians who knew all the ragas and everything. He says, that's bullshit. He said, you see, it's just like I say with the Swami step. It was like that kind of thing. I think they just choreographed. People don't like that because they believe in that. See? He was like that. I'm also a bit like that, you know. Swami steps without the, I want to see some bhakti, man, not some practice. You know, you get together with them. Well, this is how we, you know, they probably do for hours, you know. And then I was dancing, you know, in the temple in ecstasy a couple of times, actually. You know, just praising God, you know, from my heart, you know, spinning around. And the delegation of ladies in Vrindavan came up. Prabhupada never taught us to dance like that. Or the temple president in LA came and says, you turned your back to the, when I spun around one time or something, you turned your back to the deity for a split second. That is offensive. Really envious. People don't know. See, that's why the etiquettes are taught for very neophyte people. If you're that neophyte, don't come here, my friend. You know, just stay out there until you see that you're rubbing shoulders. People follow the etiquette really nicely, and they're full of envy, jealousies, competitions, like Daksha was. That was the example of Daksha. He was full of envy, jealousy, and we talked so sweetly as he's blaspheming the devotee. You know, like Devananda Pandit, so humble, so etiquette following and everything, as Srivas is dragged from the kirtan, an ecstatic devotee. See, I teach stuff like, I teach the real situation here. And if you can't handle it, well, you know, you'll be thrown back into the Vaidhi pile. You just, boom. That was the meaning, you know, with Lord Nityananda jumped on the altar and embraced the deity. There was no fault in that. And the people tried to grab him, they were thrown back. See? They're thrown back into the Vaidhi thing because they had no faith in the intimate dealings of a devotee with the Lord. You're thrown back into the Vaidhi. Somehow they develop respect for Nityananda after that, just like here now. People, you'll see, they'll say, whoa, it's going on here, this is uncommon. See, that's how you start to repent. You got to see what's going on here. Like Janardhan, this is very real. There's no baloney, man. But it takes a while to get it, man. It's like, that's why God, why don't you think God would love that for people to see him and to accept him and to just go, but people just can't handle him. You have to learn. This is nothing. If you were back with Lord Caitanya, oh, you'd flip out, you'd go crazy. They were preparing people here. He was a very odd person because God is unique and different. And people are usually used to herds, right? Herd mentality in the Maya. They follow the herd, follow the religion and all, everybody's trying to people please in religion, right? Jesus says, you guys are more concerned about pleasing people, pleasing man, pleasing each other, and not pleasing God. See? Conclusive truth pleases God, but the world can't handle it. Religious people can't handle it. You can't handle that Jarasandha was considered a demon, even though he followed strictly the rules and regulations and worshiped Vishnu as God. He was considered a demon simply because he went against the real manifestation of God, as God is, as Krishna in ecstasy. He couldn't understand his ways because he wasn't a devotee of that living person there like Arjuna. Arjuna could understand the glories of Krishna because he was a disciple, a follower, and a real friend. Just naturally. He always was. But Jarasandha couldn't understand why he wasn't a devotee of a living person. That's why you see here, people are understanding here because they're real disciples and real followers. And you can understand more what's going on here. Otherwise, it's not clear. It's always the same path. It was that way with Jesus. Why did only 11 believe in Jesus and follow him? Because they were disciples and followers and real friends. He said, you have served me well. You are like my friends. See? And that's how it happens, how it works. It's always worked like that. So these intimate associates of Lord Caitanya, not everybody was intimate associate. It was those who actually loved him and followed him and served him. And they could understand the confidential glories of Lord Caitanya. Just like now, you guys would not feel relationship with Lord Caitanya if this wasn't real. If Gaur Hari Das wasn't, really representing Lord Caitanya, you would have no relation. How could you? You would be like these people who have no relationship with Lord Caitanya, yet they put on a big show about being followers of Radha and Krishna and Lord Caitanya, but have no real relationship. See? Nor do they give it either, which is double proof that they don't have any relationship. And then they quote the scriptures and triply proof that they don't, to a real devotee who knows, Lord Caitanya has a real relationship. See, that's why it works here and not there. The whole world, if they want to be delivered, needs to know that. The possibility of deliverance is that easy. The Lord Caitanya is working here. His mercy is working here. The easy peasy path is here. People whoever comes to try it out, your odds are very favorable. You're going to get the mercy of the Lord and go back to Godhead in this life. You won't be going, God will be coming to you. He'll give you the gift so that you can attract him. Otherwise, without that gift, we can't attract the Lord. Without taste for the name, I can't attract the Lord, nor can you. It would just be dry 1 lakh chanting like I did in Narayan Maharaj's association because of believing in that path. I lost what I already had. I was like Murari by associating with these different paths and believing in them or something, tolerating them, getting close to them. He lost his taste. I ain't going to do that anymore. Yeah, I want this taste, man. I don't know about you guys, man. I want increasing taste in the name. That's the treasure. That was it for the Lord showed what the treasure was. He tasted the name in great ecstasy. And he distributed that taste to others. That's the whole reason to be here, is to taste the nectar of the name and pastimes of the Lord and to transmit it to others. There's no other perfect path, perfect activity than that in this world, a perfect benediction for the world and anybody in the world than that. Everything else is some level of an illusion. It comes and it goes, but this lasts forever. And you can see the examples of devotees doing it day after day after day after day till we prove it and liberate millions of Vaishnavas. That's why they're collected here, just for what we're doing here, so that they can come onto the transcendental platform, come onto the Raganuga path, the next stage, truly, not just Radhe, and have no Radhe. If you're doing Radhe, where's the Radhe? Where's the bhakti, man? Where's the ecstatic love? Because that's where Krishna is. He comes to those devotees. Without that devotion, you're still thrown back into the Vaidhi in Varnashram Dharma. Yeah. Lalita's turn. You read something now.
Yeah.
We don't want her to get sleepy here. You got to wait. Keep her.
I wasn't sleepy.
Oh, no. She is listening, I tell you, her ears.
We don't want this girl to fall asleep here, man. Keep her engaged. She's not she's not attentive when she chants the holy name. I've seen it. She's always laughing. She's crying or laughing. So she's not fully attentive chanting the holy name. Otherwise, she wouldn't be that happy.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Jaya, Jaya. Jaya, Jaya. I think there is echo. Maybe
yeah.
too many mics are open. Jaya, Jaya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Jaya, Nityananda. Jaya. Jaya, Sri Chaitanya Chandra. Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Accompanied by his personal staff, the king also came there, and he watched from a distance, and all the queens watched from the elevated parts of the palace, due to the forceful to the forceful vibration of kirtan. The entire world began trembling. And when everyone chanted the holy name, they made a tumultuous sound. In this way, the Lord had congregational chanting performed for some time, and then he himself he desired to dance. The 7 groups, they began chanting and beating their drums in 7 directions. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he began dancing in the center in great ecstatic love. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he remembered a line in the Orissa language, and he ordered Svarupa Damodara to sing it. Let me head fall at the feet at the feet of Jagannath in the Kirtan Hall, known as Jagamohana, simply because of this line. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was dancing in great ecstatic love. People all around him, they floated in the water of his tears. People all around him floated in the water of his tears. raising his two arms. The Lord said, chant, chant, floating. Floating in transcendental bliss. The people responded by chanting the holy name of Hari. The Lord, he fell to the ground, unconscious. Not even breathing. Not even breathing. And then suddenly he stood up, making a loud sound. The hairs on his body, they constantly stood up. Like the thorns of a simula tree. And sometimes sometimes his body was swollen. And sometimes lean and thin. He bled and perspired from every part of his body. He bled and perspired from every part of his body. His voice faltered, unable to say the line properly. He uttered only Jaya Ganga Pari Boo Boo. all his teeth shook. As if each was separate from the others. Indeed, they seemed about to fall to the ground. His transcendental bliss increased. At every moment. Therefore, even by mid-afternoon, the dancing had not entered. The ocean of transcendental bliss overflowed, and everyone present, everyone present forgot his body. And everyone present forgot his body. His mind and his home. And then Lord Nityananda, he found a way to end the kirtan. He gradually stopped all the chanters. Thus, only one group continued chanting with Svarupa Damodara, and they chanted very softly. When there was no longer a tumultuous sound, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he returned to external consciousness, and then Nityananda Prabhu informed him of the fatigue of the chanters and the dancers. Understanding the fatigue of the devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he stopped the congregational chanting, and then he bathed in the sea. Accompanied by them all. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took prasadam with all of them, and then asked them to return to their dwellings and take rest. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he lay down at the door of the Gambhira. And Govinda came there to massage his legs. It was a steady, long-standing rule that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would lie down to rest after lunch, and Govinda would come to massage his legs. And then Govinda with honor. You would honor the remnants of food left. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this time, when the Lord lay down, he occupied the entire doorway. Govinda could not enter the room. And therefore, he made the following request.
You want to read some more there, Shamagri?
Yes?
Thank you there, Lalita. Awesome.
Govinda said, kindly turn on one side. Let me pass to enter the room. However, the Lord replied, I do not have the strength to move my body. Govinda made his request again and again, but the Lord replied, I cannot move my body. Govinda repeatedly requested, I want to massage your legs. But the Lord said, do it or don't do it. It depends upon your mind. Then Govinda spread the Lord's wrapper over his body, and in this way entered the room by crossing over the Lord. Govinda massaged the Lord's legs as usual. He pressed the Lord's waist and back very softly, and thus all the Lord's fatigue went away. As Govinda stroked his body, the Lord slept very nicely for about 45 minutes. And then his sleep broke. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Govinda sitting by his side, he was somewhat angry. Why have you been sitting here for so long today? The Lord asked. Why didn't you go to take your meal after I fell asleep? The Lord asked. Govinda replied, you were lying down, blocking the door, and there was no way to go. The Lord asked, how did you enter the room? Why didn't you go out to take your lunch in the same way? Govinda mentally replied, my duty is to serve, even if I have to commit offenses or go to hell. I would not mind committing hundreds and thousands of offenses for the service of the Lord. But I greatly fear committing even a glimpse of an offense for my own self. Thinking in this way, Govinda kept silent. He did not reply to the Lord's inquiry. It was Govinda's practice to go take lunch when the Lord was asleep. On that day, however, seeing the Lord's weariness, Govinda continued massaging his body. There was no way to go. How could he leave? When he thought of crossing over the Lord's body, he considered it a great offense. There are some of the finer points of etiquette in devotional service. Only one who has received the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can understand these principles. The Lord is very interested in manifesting the exalted qualities of his devotees. And that is why he engineered this incident. He did it on purpose. Thus, I have briefly described Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dancing in the hall of the Jagannath temple. The servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sing about his dancing even now. Accompanied by his personal associates, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu washed and swept the Gundicha temple, cleansing it as usual. The Lord danced and chanted, and then enjoyed the picnic in the garden, as he had done before. As previously, he danced in front of the Jagannath car and observed the festival of Hera Panchami.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Oh, there we go. All right, let's chant a little japa together for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama,
What happened to Shama's
Rama
voice?
Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Rama
Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Rama
Rama Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama, Rama Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Rama
Hari,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama, Hari Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama, Rama, Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari Hari,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Rama,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hari Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
Rama, Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Hare Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Hare Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hari Rama, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Hare Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hari Hari, Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Hari Hari,
Rama Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama, Hari Rama, 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 Hari Hari, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama Hare Rama Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Nityananda Nityananda Sri Krishna
Nityananda, Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda Nityananda
Nityananda.
Nityananda
Nityananda, Nityananda.
Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda
Nityananda,
Sri
Nityananda.
Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Sri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda
Sri Krishna
Nityananda
Chaitanya.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda Nityananda Sri Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda
Nityananda,
Sri
Nityananda.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora
Sri
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora Bhaktavinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora Bhaktavinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gora Bhaktavinda Sri
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Sri
Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Rama,
Sri
Hare Rama.
Sri
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare.
Sri Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna,
Sri
Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Rama,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna,
Sri
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Chaitanya
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Sri
Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Sri
Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Sri Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama,
Krishna Chaitanya
Rama, Rama,
Sri
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Chaitanya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Rama, Rama,
Sri
Hare Hare.
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Chaitanya Sri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Sri
Hare.
Krishna Chaitanya
Hare Rama,
Sri
Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Sri Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Sri
Sri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Sri Krishna
Prabhu Nityananda.
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya
Advaita.
Sri Krishna
Gadadara.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Sri
Sri
Ram.
Krishna
Adhikura Bhakta Vrinda.
Nityananda
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya.
Nityananda Nityananda
Prabhu
Nityananda
Nityananda.
Nityananda 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 Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Gaura Bhakta
Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare. Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Ah,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Ah, ooh,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama Rama Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Rama.
Oh Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Rama Rama
Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hari Hari Hari
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna Hari
Ram,
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Ram Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare
Hari
Ram,
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari
Ram
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna
Hare,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama
Ram
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare Ram Hare Ram.
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Hare Hare Ram
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Ram
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Rama
Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari Hari Rama
Hare Ram
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Hari Hari Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama,
Hari 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 Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama,
Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hari Hari Hari
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna,
Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari Krishna Hari Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so let's. I think we'll end it for a little bit here, and let's see here. Play the Fanny song. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting Hari's names. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you